Hey there, viewers. We all know we shouldn't eat too much salt. Overdoing it can lead to a slew of problems like high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, and other heart-related diseases. The US dietary guidelines recommend less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day. If you're over 51, African American, have high blood pressure, chronic disease, or diabetes, you should limit it to 1,500 milligrams. But the problem is that the estimated average intake of sodium for Americans ages 2 years and older is approximately 3,400 milligrams per day, more than twice the recommended amount. This is because salt is hidden everywhere, even in foods you might not suspect. In today's video, we'll tell you what foods contain the highest amounts of sodium and what low-sodium foods you can replace them with. From processed foods, chips, canned vegetables, cereals, dill pickles, and many more. Watch until the end to find out all of them. Number 1. Processed lunch meat. Let's start with one of the worst high-sodium foods, shall we? Not only are lunch meats and other processed meats high in sodium, they're also high in preservatives, one being salt. They're one of the top foods to avoid for stroke, high blood pressure, and weight gain. Many of the additives have even been linked to digestive disorders and headaches. So buy your meat fresh whenever you can for the healthiest choice. Number 2. Processed cheese. Cheese is not only high in animal-saturated fat, which can cause stroke risk on its own, but processed cheese is also high in sodium, as even many natural cheeses are. Some of the cheese varieties that are lowest in fat are unfortunately the highest in sodium, such as Parmesan. If you love that cheesy taste but don't want the unhealthy benefits of cheese, try sprinkling nutritional yeast on your foods, or making a cheese sauce with nutritional yeast and almond milk. It tastes exactly like cheese, but it's rich in B vitamins and potassium that can actually help fight stroke risk. Number 3. Chips. Chips are another high-processed food that contribute to stroke risks and one of the worst high-sodium foods you can eat if you're at risk already. Chips are hard to stop eating, yet the serving size is so small to begin with, it's easy to eat 3 to 4 servings and already be over your daily allowance of sodium. Instead of chips, try almonds and carrots. They're the perfect pairing for crunchy and sweet. Try to buy unsalted almonds though, since salted almonds are very high in sodium. Enjoying this list so far? Well, keep watching because there's a lot more good stuff coming up. But before moving on, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Number 4. Soup. If you prefer to have a light lunch, you may have turned to soup as a healthy and filling option. But unfortunately, soup is often packed full of sodium. One bowl can have over 950 milligrams of salt hidden within. To cut down on this salty culprit, read the labels and aim for lower sodium options. Some brands offer low sodium versions of their soups as well. This will take you down from 950 milligrams to only 45 milligrams per serving. Number 5. Ham. Serving up a plate of cold cuts or choosing a sandwich over a cheeseburger can feel like you're making a healthier choice at mealtime. But ingredients such as ham can come with huge helpings of unwanted sodium. One small serving of ham can contain nearly 800 milligrams of salt. That's before you even consider other ingredients you may add, such as sauces or cheese. A healthier and far less salty alternative is to switch out that ham for something like shaved roast chicken. This option cuts your sodium in half and generally only has 360 milligrams. Number 6. Salad dressing. If you're asked to think of diet foods, the first thing that comes to mind is probably a salad. Low in calories and full of nutrients, it's hard to think of any reason this might not be so great for you. While plain salad is perfect, the moment you start adding store-bought dressing, you up the sodium content greatly. A small 2-tablespoon serving can easily pack well over 200 milligrams of sodium. If you aren't measuring your salad dressing, that can add up quickly. Before you buy dressing, read the labels carefully. And if you really want to be sure that you're cutting down on your salt intake, you could always make your own tasty dressing at home. Number 7. Bread and croissants. Flaky, buttery pastries such as croissants are known as fat bombs, but they also have a lot of sodium. About 400 milligrams just for one. Another sodium-laden item is bagels, and some larger ones contain nearly 700 milligrams. Even whole wheat bread has a fair amount of sodium at about 150 milligrams a slice. It actually has nearly the same amount of sodium as a serving of potato chips. But as the salt is on the surface of the chip, it's easier to taste. With bread, it's baked in, so it's more difficult to spot. You can avoid overeating bread and pastries. As a guide, have no more than 2 slices of whole wheat bread each time. Number 8. Canned vegetables. There are lots of good things about canned vegetables. They're rich in vitamins and nutrients. They're easy to prepare and they last practically forever. But many canned goods are high in sodium, including soups and chili. In fact, the sodium in a half-cup serving of canned vegetables can be surprising. Sliced carrots contain 370 milligrams, chopped kale greens about 330 milligrams, zucchini 490 milligrams, cream-style corn 365 milligrams, and diced tomatoes about 520 milligrams of sodium. Try rinsing your canned veggies before eating. This won't get rid of all the sodium, but it will reduce it. And look for labels that boast no salt added. Best yet, just eat fresh vegetables instead. Number 9. Frozen diet foods. Frozen dinners can be very simple and easy to prepare. While they once consisted primarily of country fried steak and potatoes, now there's a wide variety to choose from, including frozen meals for those looking to cut calories. While these quickie diet meals are low in carbs and fat, they're also commonly loaded with sodium and may still leave you craving a midnight snack. When you're choosing a frozen diet meal, be a label reader. Check the serving size and the number of servings because your dinner may be meant for 2. Look for a dinner with no more than 500 to 800 milligrams of sodium. And remember to counterbalance your sodium intake for the rest of the day with healthier fruits and vegetables. Number 10. Fast foods. You probably know that drive-through lunches are not your friends when it comes to calories and fat content. You can add sodium to that list as well. Restaurants use a lot of it because it's an easy way to add flavor. If you're set on the drive-through, check your meal online before you go. Most restaurants list nutrition info, so you can see which options are least offensive in the sodium department. No matter what, lay off the mayo, which adds 90 milligrams of sodium in just a tablespoon. Number 11. Breakfast cereal. Think you're picking a healthy variety? The cereal aisle holds loads of surprises when it comes to sodium. Options that include nutritious ingredients like whole grains may also contain high amounts of salt. Wheat Chex, for one, has more than 500 milligrams per cup. There are low-sodium choices, like shredded wheat, so always look at the labels. Or opt for oatmeal, the traditional steel-cut variety, not the instant flavored packs. You can add fresh fruit as a topping to make it healthier. Number 12. Dill Pickles. Dill pickles can be very high in sodium. A small spear may have less than 300 milligrams, but a large dill pickle, which is about 4 inches long, has more than 1,000 milligrams. Even one little slice of dill pickle has almost 60 milligrams. If you like pickles, you can try sweet pickles, which fare a little better. A large gherkin, which is about 3 inches long, has just about 160 milligrams of sodium. Number 13. Smoked fish and seafood. Before salmon is smoked to derive that delightfully oaky taste, it needs to be cured. The curing process involves slathering the fish with salt, a major sodium contributor, and other ingredients. Just one slice of smoked salmon contains 317 milligrams. By comparison, a slice of salmon sashimi has about 5 milligrams. If you must have smoked fish, limit yourself to 3 slices to keep the sodium intake low. Number 14. Imitation meats. Pickles and imitation meats have something in common. Despite being healthy in some ways, they're still processed foods. Being processed means they need certain additives to stay good longer. Salt is almost always one of them. To put a few things in perspective, a veggie sausage can easily have 600 milligrams per link. This is a substantial part of your daily sodium intake for one piece of food. As a result, you may want to lower your substitute meat intake to 1 meal a week rather than keeping it at a staple. The good news is that substitutes for meat can be low in sodium. A great example is tempeh. Not only is tempeh low in sodium, it also has a similar nutritional profile to meat-based proteins. This means that you can treat it like meat with far fewer health worries. Number 15. Beef jerky. Beef jerky may be a gas station staple, but with high-protein diets becoming more popular, you may be snacking on it more frequently. However, it's worth being mindful of the fact that jerky is dried and cured with high levels of sodium and preservatives. It contains about 1278 to 1870 milligrams of sodium per serving. This can add up if you have multiple portions of it. You can try grass-fed organic beef jerky, which is usually lower in sodium, plus it's higher in nutrients. Are any of these foods on the list part of your regular diet? Would you give up any of them? Let us know in the comments section below.
Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait! What kind of Bestie would we be if we didn't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.